and it's got an outer line. The glycoprotein is the outer lining. So what's going on is diseases like sexually transmitted disease like HIV, a disease like herpes, especially on the face. This herpes attacks the soft tissue. It's not attacking the soft tissue. It is attacking the mucus within the soft tissue. So what happens with HIV, say this is your skin, and your skin is interlaced, and what your mucus does, the glycoprotein, it pulls, like stretch man, it pulls all the cells together. As the glycoprotein is eaten away, you start to have holes in your skin. When you have holes in your skin, blood comes to the top and then it forms that blood knot. That's why HIV people start to get patches everywhere. That's their glycoprotein being eaten. Let me tell you something. Old Alex found the way. It's coming in backwards. There's too much light. I'll show you what it is. So when you find out herpes, cold sores is herpes, right? If you got the sore on your genitals, you got sore on your mouth, it's herpes. This never existed before 1940s. This is all Nazi experiments. So what they did, I'm going to tell you the secret. It's all malaria. It's all malaria. So Trump told you it was I know the word, I'm not trying to say it, but that cures it all. Okay? Now, if you pay attention to the news, 2 facilities that make the hydro blah, blah, blah that Trump said, they've been destroyed. So they are destroying the true vaccine. What they're trying to do is they're trying to give you a form of malaria that can only be taken by their drug to cure, in which this will fail and it will go out of control. Right now, you can cure it with 2 things, right? But they're both derived from each other, right? It's called Queen A, all right? So Queen A, and this is what I'm showing you when I hold up this pill bottle. It's Queen A. You see the blue bottle? Can't get it to the right light, all right? So Queen A is a bark, and it grows in South America. And let me tell you about these Jesuits. They're faggots. And obviously some of their rituals have to do with the mosquito. And this is what I mean. The mosquito will go and it'll bite off a horse. It'll go suck the blood off of a pig. It'll go suck the blood off of a chicken. And somewhere along the way, it done picked up this parasite. And then it goes and infects a human. Now, it doesn't matter if you got the parasite out of the pig, the horse, the chicken. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you got it. Oh, see, they're trying to shut this shit down. It's magic how this stuff just pops up when it wants to. So, because we're still recording here. So as the mosquito goes and he finds the parasite wherever it does, once it bites the human, the parasite is in the human. And it's nothing about the mosquito that actually infects the human. It's the transfer of the parasite into the human. Once the parasite goes to the human, guess what it goes and feeds off? Glycoprotein on your saliva. So when you get a cold sore, the parasite from the cold sore, which is the same as malaria, it goes up into the ducts because it wants to feed directly off the mucus created for your eyes, your nose, or your mouth. That's what's going on. So if you watch the movie Outbreak, it has to do with contagion and how a contagion spreads. So we presume, meaning me, that cancer is eaten by food. So they take something where it's infected and they give it to you. And this is how you get it through food and it becomes cancerous. My best bet on this is the blood vats, since this is blood transmission. When they take raw meat and the raw meat turns gray and it needs to be spoiled, it needs to be thrown out because it's turned spoiled, and they're trying to poison you. They act like they're trying to save a buck, but they take it and dip it in a blood vat. That means the first piece of blood that's rotten with all that bacteria goes in, it just poisons the vat. That means everything on the shelf that didn't sell goes in that vat too. They reskin it with a fine layer of meat, wrap it up because they know they're fucking you over. That's why I stopped eating meat. It's another reason. Now, lately, I have been eating meat. I started getting the grass-fed meat because you need beef product in you to regrow teeth. So, I'm trying that angle. Of course, I think John Levi is subliminally talking to me. And this is the message he left. Go look up Winston A. Price. Winston A. Price is a dentist in the early 1900s, does some surgery on his son that's 15. Son has an infected molar, the molar breaks free, he has a heart attack at 15 and dies. Winston obviously has a big issue with this, but he doesn't want to quit dentistry, so he tries to find a natural way. He says it's done by the diet. So he figures out by studying indigenous groups and native tribes, he finds out how to get the correct diet to regrow your teeth. This is all over the internet, so if you want to regrow your teeth, one of the biggest things you're going to need is baking soda. This is one thing they won't tell you because egg is from chicken, and chickens, for the most part, unless they have 5 fingers, which modern chickens, for the most part, don't, you have to find an ancient breed, so they're unclean. For your body to rebuild it, it needs the rebuilding compound, so you need more baking soda. Salt mixed with flour. So it's really flour, something like that. I don't know, the more I study it, the more it all makes sense. Let me go back to the Queen A. So what they did is they went into a laboratory, and we've covered some of this in the past when we talked about how Gallagher, it's Gallagher, something like that. He came out and he said, this is the culprit who created AIDS in a lab. So basically he goes over how all these vaccines